Hello, Top Fan Rivalry followers. It's Bill from Top Fan Rivalry. Again, we've got another episode of Rivalry Talk. We're going to have a fun time today. You can't tell what teams these people root for, but you've got John, who roots for the Angels. He's excited about it. He didn't want to wear the jersey, though, today. Dave with the White Sox, Victoria with the Cubs, and Padre Libre, who's representing the Rockies today. Padres, my bad. So we're just going to have a nice conversation and kind of see where this goes. And some of them have been here before, or at least they're going to act like they've been here before. We're going to have a good time with it. So we're going to start with John since he's been here before. John, tell me, let's start out easy. Tell me your earliest childhood memory or memory of baseball that kind of made you a fan of the game.
Oh, sure. I love baseball. I love the Angels, but not lately. But 1982, the Angels were up 2-0 against the Milwaukee Brewers in the playoffs. This was our second division title in, 21 years. And so I was pretty excited. I was only 10 years old, but I was a fan. And we were up 2-0, and then, like Angels are apt to do, they choked and lost 3 in a row, and they did not make the World Series. But I was a fan for life after that. And then 1986, only 4 years later, once again, our hearts were ripped out by Dave Henderson. We hit a 2-run bomb in the 9th inning, and I continue to be a fan, and I've raised my kids as fans, but they're very sad right now.
So John and I have a mutual friend who has a son who is a huge Angel fan, but I guess he went to his dad not too long ago, right, and said, "Dad, can we just be Dodger fans in October?"
Yeah.
He was an Angel fan, though, right?
Yeah. It's tough being an Angel fan these days, but we continue with the gnashing of teeth and the tears, but you never know. 2002 is a distant memory, but it's still there.
It's still there, right? All right.
Something happened in 2005 too.
Yeah. AJ Pierzynski, we hate him.
Love me, AJ.
There you go. So Dave, same question. Earliest memory of baseball and what made you a baseball
I
fan?
think I'm probably the oldest one here, so it might go back to Babe Ruth. I'm not sure.
Okay, well, what was Babe like?
Baseball for me was my grandfather watching games, and he huge Cub fan, and he grew up too close to the power lines. But anyway, he would watch the Cubs games on his TV, but he would turn Jack Brickhouse down and put the radio on because he hated Jack. I remember that back when I was 5, 6, 7 years old. And then fast forward, all we ever did in the summers was play baseball. Wiffle ball in the alley, wiffle ball in the yard, wiffle ball anywhere we could, fast pitch with a tennis ball. That's all we did. So baseball was really just life in the summer in Chicago growing up.
Not so much in the winter, though, in Chicago.
We tried, but no.
Yeah, you got to find it indoors.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to stay in Chicago. So Victoria, earliest baseball memory.
Earliest baseball memory will actually take us out of Chicago, back into Phoenix, where I'm from, believe it or not. In the summertime, 110, you can't go out, so we had WGN on cable, very early age, and that's where I became a Cubs fan. We sat inside till we got a pool and watched Cubs games, and spring training was right down the street, so my first game, I was 7, 8 years old. It was Mark Grace's rookie year. I know that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. And Padre Libre, when did it all start for you?
It started for me back in 1984 when, I thought I was a Padres fan. I played Little League, but 1984, I was probably about 6 years old, and I watched my family running around the house screaming and yelling, and I'm like, what's going on? And I hear the World Series, we just beat the Cubs, and so it clicked on me there. I'm from San Diego, I'm born here, I go to school here, I play at the park over there. I'm a Padres fan, and that's how it all started.
Nice. So, to build on that, what excites you about the game of baseball, Matt?
It's still for me the anticipation. People say it gets boring, maybe the middle innings, but I never see it that way. Those are just building up for the final few innings to see who's really going to get in there and get the last runs or who's going to take this game. And some people may not understand that, but I love the anticipation from the first pitch. From the first pitch, I love it.
Okay. What about you, Victoria? What still excites you about the game?
I have to agree with that 100%. And for me, also the camaraderie in the stands. Being amongst the other fans that are either cheering along with you or even the ones that are cursing at you and getting angry. Because, hey, they're loving to hate you, so it's still a love situation.
There you go. I can tell. So we're filming this during the World Series, by the way. By the time this airs, we'll know who will win the World Series. There's 28 teams that we know won't. All of our teams are in that, unfortunately.
Yeah, nope.
But that being said, Victoria loves to go to the games, and it's always fun. It's like your happy place.
Oh, very much so.
Even if the Cubs aren't there and
Yep.
you're still, yeah, it's just like your happy place.
Yes.
So, good, good. What excites you, Dave, about the game?
These days, I just like the chess match that goes on, and I like to anticipate, at what count with what guys on base, what pitch is coming, and what the guys are trying to do to each hitter. I absolutely love that. And as the games get more important, every pitch is magnified, and you're kind of on the edge of your seat. What's going to happen now? And I think the people that think baseball's boring don't understand the game within the game like that. And, that's why I watch.
Yeah, makes sense. I agree. We're going to come back to that in a second. John?
I agree with everyone on the panel. It's strategy. It's clean cut grass. It's popcorn. It's Cracker Jack. It's America's pastime. It's Field of Dreams. It's all these great movies. Most of the sports movies that people rank in their top 10 are usually baseball movies because there's so much anticipation, but also mental approach and strategy and the slowness of the game, but also the quickness of the game and just all these different aspects of baseball. And as Dave said earlier, you can go and throw a ball against your garage for hours and be entertained. You can throw the ball up in the air and catch it. You can get a couple of guys and play over the line. It's just like so fun to be a part of baseball, and everything about it excites me. So I love it.
Yeah. I was going to ask a follow-up question there, but I think we kind of got it. But do you find, Dave, I'll start with you. Do you find yourself watching individual players more often than not, or do you find yourself kind of still just getting into the strategy of it? You kind of mentioned it, but is there certain players that you'll just watch and think, I got to watch this game because this player's playing?
Well, yeah, and it's all about pitching for me. There's a few catchers I like to watch too, but yeah, there's certain players that I'll make sure that I'm on watching them or going to a game. The Diamondbacks, because I'm in Phoenix as well, I love to watch Zach Gallen pitch, Merrill Kelly pitch, but I'll pick out guys like that. On the White Sox, Dylan Cease, love watching him pitch.
I can pitch.
But it's the same thing again. I want to see what they're going to do, how they're going to execute a pitch. Can they really throw a slider that good? In a certain situation. But yeah, definitely there's guys I'll set aside time for.
I find it's very similar. I find myself getting frustrated watching certain games because it's not played the way that I remember it being played. Everybody's trying to swing for the fence, right? But at the same time, Dylan Cease, you mentioned Dylan Cease. I like watching, him play. I have for a couple of years. In fact, I think you and I shared that last year. I said, boy, I sure hope the Dodgers don't meet the White Sox in the World Series because I don't think we can get past this guy twice in a 7-game series.
Well, and going back in time, there was nothing better than watching Mark Burley if you're a White Sox fan. And that guy could carve people up with 86, 88 mile-an-hour fastballs.
In 58 minutes.
In 58 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
So
without the pitch clock. Yep.
I'll put my plug in right there for a Hall of Fame vote.
There you go. What about you? Do you find yourself watching players? Do you find out watching the strategy? A little bit of both?
A little bit of both, for sure. There's definitely some players in the past. I can't think of anybody too recent right now that I was like, okay, I've got to sit down and watch them. A couple of Braves players off the top of my head, actually. But yeah, definitely both. If it's a good game, if I see a 0-0 going into the ninth, I'm turning that game on. I want to see what's going to happen next.
Yeah. Sometimes I find myself watching players that used to play for the team that I cheer for. Like we mentioned before we started, Cody Bellinger, right?
Yes.
I'll watch
Yeah.
it. And I was so excited at the beginning of the season when he was struggling because I'm like, haha, that's what you get for leaving. Right? And then all of a sudden he got good and I'm like, well, you can't hate the guy, but
No, you can't.
man, it was so tough. Do you want him back?
I do want him now.
Okay.
I do. I hope we re-sign him. I really do.
Did you feel that way in June?
No, I did not. I
See how
fully
quickly
admit
that changes.
Yeah, no.
All right. Same question. Do you find yourself watching the strategy of the game or the players or both?
Both. Because the strategy, works with the players a lot of times, so you see how they're going to set up the lineup and everything else. I just kind of strayed a little from watching, I used to be into just baseball, but right now I'm just trying to cheer for San Diego to get a championship, and that's kind of where I'm stuck with right now.
And you have two really good players that will never be the name of the franchise, but they play the game the way that I enjoy watching it being played, and that's Jake Cronenworth and Han-Sung Kim.
Yes.
I mean, that guy, Han-Sung Kim reminds me of a Dustin Pedroia. Just goes out there and just does his job, gets all dirty, takes off the jersey, comes back the next day to do it again.
And everybody loves him. We played the Angels. There was Angel fans, a crowd. They were up singing, Ha-Sung Kim, to chant with us. Like, this is great.
Yeah, I think they're saying Shohei Ohtani, but that's okay.
I think they're saying both. I mean, Shohei might have been on the IL. Mike Trout was on the IL, so, who knows. But yeah,
That's a good guess.
that's a good guess. So, John, what about you? Strategy, players, both? I mean,
I
you had Shohei. So.
Yeah, I mean, I like it all. When I was 12 or 13, I didn't know what fantasy baseball was, but my friends and I got together. We drafted players, and I went into the driveway every morning and got the LA Times and wrote the stats out and we made up. I think I was making up the game. I don't know, but
Should trademark it.
we had so much fun doing that because then we could watch all these different games, or we didn't watch it back then, but we'd wait up till 11 o'clock p.m., watch SportsCenter, see how our teams did, and nowadays obviously you get all that right away from a computer. But I like watching all these teams. They all have great players on it. I love when Manny comes up, or Fernando, or Dansby Swanson. I'll sit and watch him play. Chicago, not this year, but a couple of years past, we like a little Frank Thomas. A couple of different players that we love to watch on the White Sox and the Angels. They've been terrible, but for a few at bats and a few different times, we get to sit and watch Shohei Ohtani or Mike Trout play, and that's definitely worth the ticket.
Mm-hmm. Now, all of you on here are baseball purists, so I think I know the answer to this question before I ask you about your individual teams. But if you had your choice to go see an All-Star game, have great tickets at an All-Star game, or go to your home ballpark to watch a World Series game, which one would you prefer? No, you first.
Oh, me first?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to Wrigley to watch a World Series game.
All right. It's funny. I asked some people this before, and some of them said All-Star game. And I thought, Did you hear the question?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm at Petco for the World Series.
There you
No
go.
doubt about it, yeah.
I would assume the same thing, John and Dave.
I mean, yeah, the best sporting event I've ever been to is Game 6 in 2002 when the Angels trailed 5-0 and came back and beat the Giants, and I'll never forget that. I'll never forget every moment and going down the tunnels and the thunder sticks and the loud crowd, and it just rings in my ears every time I think how bad the Angels have been, but at one time I had joy, and that's all that mattered.
Isn't that
And-
crazy that keeps
Yeah,
us there here?
it keeps us there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Within a couple of years, I went to the All-Star game in Phoenix, and then I went to a wild card game in Phoenix against the Rockies. And I'll tell you what, that wild card game, not a World Series game, blew away the All-Star game
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
And that was the crazy game where Archie Bradley hit a triple in the gap, and he's a pitcher, and he's standing on third base pumping up the crowd, and that was fun.
I have on my desk at home a friend, a Giants fan. He's a teacher, but he also works the grounds crew for Oracle Park. And he said, "Hey, I'm going to send you something." And I thought, as a Giants fan, and he sent me a baseball because they had already made all the baseballs for the 2020 All-Star game, but there was no All-Star game. And he sent me a baseball that said, it was official baseball, and it said 2020 Major League Baseball All-Star game, which is kind of cool. Now, when the All-Star game was here in LA, I had no desire to go to it. It's one game, maybe a home run derby, that'd be fun, but one game, and besides that, you're going to pay $1 bazillion to get a ticket, right? To watch a bunch of guys just kind of goof around. Yeah. Okay. All right, so here's where it's going to get interesting, I promise you. This is where John and Dave will not disappoint, I guarantee that. Here's my next question for you, Padre Lee, we're going to start with you. Okay, on this one. Padres, talk to me about their season this year, their peaks, their strong points, their downfalls. What happened this season for the Padres?
The Padres, it was a lot of disappointment this year. We had high hopes. It was probably worse than teams that we had that weren't in, because we used to just go and chill. This year we had expectation, and a lot of low points. Tatis starting off with the steroid stuff. you know, Manny just being hurt, and just stuff like that. But, you know, some high points, like we're saying, we had Cronenworth, Ha-Seong Kim, you know, just show, Snell, great, lights out, you know, and we did have some high points. And near the end of the season, you know, it showed, you know, once again, what we could have done the whole season. Padres just need to figure out a way to just make that all come together. And yeah, I don't think that song helped us that them guys made, though.
Yeah. Yeah. So
It's pretty fun.
I knew you were tempting the baseball gods when you had your big five up there saying, we don't care who we play in the World Series, we're going to beat them. But this year, there was expectation, like you said, and then they came into it. And then I'm going to, not because I'm a Dodger fan, but I'm going to call it maybe the curse of the blue tier.
You know, that as well, you know, kind of jumped the gun a little with that one. We like having fun at Petco, and we like doing a little stuff like that. But, you know, that one kind of was a little, I think that one kind of did us in a little too right there.
Yeah, that one, not, again, no disrespect, I just, when it happened, and then all of a sudden the baseball god said, watch this. And I thought, uh-oh.
'Cause, I
Curse of the
mean-
Billy Goat, you know, things like that, right? Babe Ruth. So, oh man, that's so funny. But yeah, Padres, and I was telling people, and some of these guys know this, I had said at the beginning of the season on paper, National League Championship Series on paper, New York Mets, San Diego Padres. Because on paper, they had, you know, the Mets had Max Scherzer on the mound, they had Kate Upton on the mound. I mean, they had all these other players that were like lights out, right? And the Padres, you guys had Murderers Row of 2023. And for some reason, they just didn't seem to gel all season, right? Some would get hot, Manny would get hot, but Soto wasn't hitting, or vice versa, or something would happen. And so baseball's a weird game like that. Over 162 games, it gets you, not everybody's hot all the time. And as fans, you're purists, like up here, you realize that, but some fans just, oh man, why is it Manny hitting 50 home runs? It's only 50 games into it, but he should have 50 home runs by now.
It's, you know, I saw Manny when he beat up the water cooler, and I sent them a message on Instagram, and I was like, hey man, don't feel any way about that. I do tile for a living, and I've beat up some of my tools before too, so you know, just, it's all good.
I love it.
Gotta get it out. Gotta get it out while you can.
Gotta get it that way. Yeah, listen, emotion is okay. I mean, there's a lot of emotion. Look at what how Garcia responded in the ALCS, right? I mean, and so
Passion.
Astro fans may have jumped the gun when they said, "Oh, this woke up the Astros." It did for half a game.
Yeah.
Then they went back to Minute Maid Park.
Yeah.
All right, John.
next.
We only have a certain amount of camera feed, John, so this may be a while for no.
It's not going to feel a while. Everyone knows how the Angel season went, and what started out as somewhat hopeful, just like most seasons, came crashing down with not only injuries but inexplicable moves that the front office made. Ownership started out with Artie Moreno's going to sell the team, so you had a bunch of time where you couldn't do anything, couldn't make any baseball moves. Now I'm going to keep the team. We're going to keep Shohei. Going to trade Shohei. Mike Trout gets injured. Like all these different things happen, and I'll tell you, there's been a lot of disappointing years as Angel fans. 2005 comes to mind. 1995. Sorry, 1995.
I was going to say, you know something about 2005.
2005 also comes to mind. But 1995, 10-game lead, August 2nd or 3rd.
Oh, yeah. Seattle.
Angels playing out of their minds and lost. You lost a 10-game lead on August 3rd to the Seattle Mariners, where you had a one-game playoff and ended up losing to Randy Johnson. But that was super disappointing. But this year, as an Angel fan, and if there's any left that are listening, probably not, but if you are the one that's listening, you will agree with me that this was probably the most disappointing year as an Angel fan you could possibly have. You made every wrong move along the way. Different injuries happened. At one time, probably 7 or 8 games above 500, you were in the playoff picture, and then just an utter collapse by not only, like I said, the players on the field, but the front office. And it's so disappointing because there's no hope for next year. There's no hope for the year after that. Like, I think all of these guys actually have hope and a bright horizon coming through. Maybe not White Sox, I don't know. But at least the Cubs and Padres have some sort of Like, oh, we could be good next year. The Angels,
Did you not say Dodgers?
No, he
You
didn't.
didn't
No.
say Dodgers.
Dodgers are always there. We don't have to worry about them. But
There you go. Thank you. So I like this guy.
the Angels have zero hope. Zero. I mean, it's sad to be an Angel fan for the next 5 years. That's all I'm saying.
You know, it was.
I mean, you can't, like, you have no, it's serious, right? Like, if you guys
Well,
look at the team.
Shohei was not coming back, right?
Well,
So-
yeah, even if he did, like, there's no, like, you don't
Just doing the
have,
same thing over and
you
over.
don't have the right mix of players. You don't have the right ownership in place. You don't have the right anything. So you're promoting college players. That's the Angels. They have college players playing in their starting 9, which I don't know if any team does at this point.
You know, in defense of John, for those 3 Angel fans that are still out there,
We
apparently,
got up to 3.
John and I went to a baseball game a couple weeks ago, and we were driving to go meet another buddy, and we were talking about the Angels, and he broke it down very specific, and he was spot on what the Angels need to do. And I want to say it's going to start at the top, right? Already sell the team,
Man, yeah.
you know, and work it, get younger, get guys in. But you nailed it pretty good.
I mean, it starts with you have to be honest with your team. You have to say we have to rebuild. You have to be honest with your fans. And I think if they were, then we could say, okay, we have a chance going forward. But if you're never honest with your fans and you're never honest with your front office, then you just keep repeating the same thing over and over again, hoping for a different result. And the results are always the same, which are pitiful.
Now, I haven't read, but is Phil coming back?
No,
No, he's not.
Phil Nevin's out.
Did they offer you the job?
I do not want that job.
Okay. Because they had called me and sent a voicemail.
Yeah, I don't want that
That's
job.
just the way that works.
Call me in 10 years maybe, but not. Yeah.
Rebuild, then
That's
call
it.
me so I
Whoever
can
gets
ask.
hired as a manager is in a lose-lose situation. I don't even know why anybody would want that
Well,
job.
your first job is to trade Mike Trout.
Well,
So everyone's going to hate
well,
you.
that's the problem is that Mike Trout has a no-trade clause.
Well,
So
Philly.
chances are he'd waive it.
I don't know. Like
And,
as far
and
as
probably has the truck packed.
from what I know about Mike Trout, I think he's pretty happy living in Irvine Cove and living with his family and driving to Anaheim every day and living by the beach. But I don't know. I don't know him that personally, but it would seem like by now he'd want to have a different environment. But if they did find a partner to trade Mike Trout and restart with a rebuild, then I think most NHL fans would actually be happy. I know I would be. I know I love Mike Trout, and he's my favorite player, but I think he deserves a chance on a different franchise, just like Shohei. And then I could root for those guys, wherever team they go to, and then I could start my
Well, and like you
my
said,
fandom with the New Angels.
if you would have made that move a couple years ago when he had more value, you could have got a haul for him. Now, you've almost used up his value, and you're not going to get that much.
No, no. They made the same mistake
Which is,
twice.
yeah, a great move.
Not a great move. No, it's very depressing. I almost didn't come on today because it's like, what else? What can you say about the Angels? They're just a depressing franchise. You can't say much. But I'm here.
So,
Still wearing the gray shirt, barely. You can barely see it, but it's still there.
so going from the Angels to a team that I predicted would win their division, Dave, what happened?
Well, I could take a couple of the sentences he just used and just recycle them. I mean, until there's a change, and we were all sitting there as White Sox fans going, when are we going to get a new general manager? When are we going to actually make baseball moves that make sense? Then we fired Kenny Williams and fired Rick Hahn, but we still have the same owner, and we promoted Chris Getz, who they didn't even do any interviews. And the reason for hiring Chris Getz was he knows the players the best. He'll have the shortest learning curve. I don't know about you, but that's not probably how you evaluate a new hire.
No.
We'll see. The jury's out. But what went wrong? I mean, almost everything. I mean, you walk into the season with Lucas Giolito, Dylan Cease, Michael Kopech, Lance Lynn. You figure, all right, 4 days a week. Every time those guys run out there, I'm gonna be in that game.
Yeah,
Didn't work.
didn't work.
And then the dysfunction of, again, we have no regular right fielder. Again, we have no regular second baseman. We have Tim Anderson, who can be really good, go off the rails and get hurt all in once. Yasmani Grandal, do we need to talk about that? Probably not.
That was a cool fight, though, with Tim Anderson. That like sparked some interest outside of baseball.
I mean, he picked the
So at
fight and he
least-
got knocked out.
At
So-
least he brought some sort of excitement to the
that
team.
was exactly like what the fans felt like. Like I just took one to the face.
Yeah, that's true.
And that was the whole season. I mean, I'll tell you, being a White Sox fan for as long as I have, these last 2 years have sucked the life out of me. Because each year you think, well, we got a shot here. We can at least get a wild card and get in the dance and maybe make something happen. We got the pitching. And then you're like, I can't even watch this. It's painful.
What's crazy is that the White Sox a few years ago are what the Orioles are now, which is like this hope for like the next 5 years of playoff baseball. And for some reason, the White Sox didn't happen. But they had all the young guys signed for long term, and they had all these young budding stars like Luis Robert and Tim Anderson and those guys and the pitching staff. They had everything in place.
You would think.
And then it just fell apart.
Obviously,
It's crazy.
hindsight's 2020, but I mean, I think too, like we're in the middle of the World Series right now, and you got the Diamondback team that, you know, their top regular players making $11 million. They got 15 guys on that team making the major league minimum, just playing their guts out. And they're taking all their new rules to their advantage with all the speed and all of the small ball. And then these other teams don't learn anything. They just say, oh, let's keep bringing in home run hitters, and they can hit 220 as long as they hit 30 homers, and everybody in the stands will be happy, and they'll buy more beer. I mean,
it's crazy. The highest paid Diamondback hasn't played since April, and that's Madison Bumgarner.
yeah.
Yep. Well, and you had mentioned that, Dave. I actually was on something. We were talking about the Phillies Diamondback series, and somebody said, were you surprised that they took 2 in Philly? And I said, no, there's one stat that sticks out. Game 6, 4 stolen bases by Arizona to 1 from the Phillies. Game 7, 4 stolen bases again to 0 from the Phillies. They're getting on and they're moving. And that's baseball that we remember as kids, but that's the new shift to baseball where everybody's not going after a 5-run home run.
Well, and you know, to John's point, like you think the White Sox are ready to go, but you're relying on, you know, the rotating Circus in right field to hit a home run. You're relying on Jose Abreu last year to hit a home run. You're relying on Tim Anderson probably to hit a home run. Whoever you got at third base, Grandal, you want home run. I mean, there's nobody there hitting 300 and moving runners.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Did
in hindsight, it's no wonder it didn't work.
Did you, when you were watching the ALCS, were you secretly booing Jose Abreu?
No, he's a good dude.
Okay, all right.
I don't like the jersey he's wearing, but
Yeah.
He had a pretty good season too, decent season.
Yeah, trust me,
Started out slow.
I was very frustrated every time Yordan Alvarez would come up because he couldn't do anything wrong, and to remember that he was a Dodger at one point.
well, in the thing too, like with Abreu, I mean, if you take Andrew Vaughn and Abreu and you look at their stats, it's almost an even swap.
Right.
And one guy cost you like 10 or 15 million less than the other guy. So, and Jose Abreu always starts slow for whatever reason.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Except for 2020 when he won the MVP in 60 games.
Here we go, John, in his 60 games.
There was
That's
a
always jumping.
Some
into
team
that.
won the championship there. I don't know.
60
I don't
games.
remember. I don't remember who won that year because it's only 60 games.
Yeah.
But
Only half a season.
somebody won.
What
Somebody
he
won.
forgets to notice is you can go on an 8-game losing streak in a normal season, and it'd be fine. You go on an 8-game losing streak with 60 games, you're not fine.
But the Angels, you know, most years they'd be in the playoffs if it was only 60 games,
That's
except for that year.
cut it down to 60 games.
Yeah.
The Angels want it.
Yeah, we'd be rolling.
I mean, right now we have 28 out of 30 teams that make the playoffs anyways, and it's always the Angels that are missing.
I
it.
know.
I don't get it.
Hey, I know.
you just have to pick the 60 games
I
when
know.
Trout's healthy.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
There you go.
Just
All right,
didn't
Victoria,
happen. 2020, that was our year, and then
you had a shot.
that was the one time we didn't make the,
So you're
first,
saying
second, or
there's a
third place.
chance.
There's always a chance.
Always a chance.
Victoria, Cubs.
Oh, Cubs, so many peaks and valleys. Well, we were, 10 games under 500 before the All-Star game, and then that historic 10 games over 500 after the All-Star game, and then September happened. And yeah, I just want to turn gray right now because I understand.
John's got a shirt.
Yeah,
I mean,
Hey, at least you guys were in it till the very last
were.
game.
We-
Like Suzuki catches that ball,
yes.
and the Diamondbacks aren't in the playoffs. The Cubs are in the playoffs.
Yep.
All you catch a regular fly ball.
Yep.
you're
and
wearing a
then
gray Top Fan Rivalry shirt,
I am.
though. I mean, are you feeling gray or you just like the shirt?
I just like the shirt.
There you go.
Yeah,
Good
that's
answer.
a nice shirt.
That's a cute. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So yeah, just September happened, and it was. If you watch the Cubs throughout the season, we actually had winning months and losing months, and unfortunately, the L landed in the last month it should not have. end of it. Yeah, our bullpen, we need a lot of work right there. Hitting, again, that was a peaks and valleys throughout. Even during our winning streaks, there were a few games where it's like, how did we win that? Because we won with one hit. It was
Yeah.
a 1-0. We won
Yeah.
quite a few games like that,
Yeah.
actually. Or a deficit at least by one when we lost.
One of the things that about the Cubs that I've been trying to illustrate, and I use the Cubs and the Mariners as an example.
Okay.
So, first start of the season, it's best of 162, right? And when you miss a cutoff man, or you miss a sign, or you get thrown out because you're not paying attention, or you hit a ball that you think's going out of the yard and you watch it and it hits the wall and you only make first, whatever. When it's game 47, nobody seems to care.
Right.
When you miss the playoffs by one game, then that game 47 meant a lot. And so I wish that, correct me if I'm wrong, but I wish that MLB players would realize that you can't take, so to speak, a day off. Not that they do, but
Every game counts. Every game counts. It doesn't matter if it's the beginning, it doesn't matter if it's the end. Every game counts. If your heart's not into it, then nobody's going to be,
Yeah.
truly. And watching San Diego,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
You guys
People are
don't
like,
play
"Oh, come on."
together. Like the Cubs came together and played together, and you can tell it when they were, and you can tell that San Diego doesn't.
No, and I hear all you guys' stories, and I'm like, there's a lot of the Padres in there, and I feel like a lot of it is more the I'm like, wow. But the Angels, though, I really feel for we've been there, we've been that team forever, so, yeah.
Yeah, it's baseball's a unique sport. I mean, I get asked all the time what I thought about this season from a Dodger perspective. Oh, we won 100 games. My answer was we were playing with house money. Once Gavin Lux got hurt, we were done, and we had all these. We're gonna win. We won 100 games. We're gonna win the World Series. No, we're not. I didn't think that the Arizona Diamondbacks would take us out, but I did remember in April when the Dodgers didn't know how to field a bunt, which is something that you taught your kids when they were like this tall and they didn't know how to field the bunt. I knew that we were in trouble, but it is what it is.
It's nice to be in trouble and win 100 games, huh?
Well,
What's
Yeah.
that like?
We're in trouble. We're in trouble. We won 100
What does
games.
it mean?
well, yes.
We're
And
playing with
then-
house money. We won 100
They won
games.
40 of those from Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you lose 3 games like back to back to back, and it doesn't matter,
I
right?
don't know.
I mean,
Still would like to be in it.
still would like the
a
girl
rainy
just to
day
say
in San
yes when I
Diego.
ask her out, so I
like
know what it feels like.
2014, is that when the last time was for the Angels and they got swept by the Kansas City Royals? I mean, that's pretty low. That's a low. And that's when Trout was only in his second year. I think he won the MVP that year. The Angels won like 97 games. Hopes were high, and then it's really been a
Was it the Royals or the
fall
Red
off.
Sox?
It was
that you
definitely
guys-
the Royals.
Oh, it was Royals? Okay.
Yeah, swept by the Royals 3
Burned
straight.
into his brain.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Don't
Sorry I
forget,
asked.
Burned
My
into
bad.
my brain. Just
Victoria,
like this
protect
guy.
me,
This
protect
guy's
me.
AJ Pierzynski running to first base on a strikeout. They're like, who does that? And the umps gave him the first base, and the Angels lost that game, and they lost the series. And that burned into my brain. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Oh, yeah.
No.
You guys, these guys
He
don't.
does.
These guys don't. You remember that?
Oh, heck
He
yeah.
ran to first.
Heck yeah. It was a
Our
drop third
catcher
strike.
rolled the ball to the
Oh, yes,
mound,
yes, yes.
Drop
Rolled the
third
ball to
strike.
the
and
mound,
he,
yeah.
for some reason, just ran just because
Because it turned into a drop
it
third strike.
ended up being, even though the guy caught it, the catcher clearly caught it, but there's no review back then. So, anyway,
Blame the instant replay.
if there was, he would have showed him catching the ball.
All right, so final question, 2 parts. One, easy part of this, who wins the World Series? Now we're 1 game into this
Wow.
as we're filming it.
Wow.
Are filming this. So who wins the World Series? And part number 2, what are you looking forward to about the 2024 season, John? I mean, I know that you've already said that,
Yeah.
talk to me in 2029. The
Yeah,
Angels
yeah,
got a
2029.
shot.
I'll come back on this in 2029.
You got it. You got it.
Yeah.
Amber, write that down. If you're wherever you're at, Amber,
Wherever
write
you
that
are,
down.
2029, I'm back. But World Series, well, last night, first of all, if you're not a baseball fan and you watched last night, you probably are a baseball fan now.
Yes.
I mean, playoff baseball is crazy. The Diamondbacks are showing what you can do, like these guys said. When you steal bases, play small ball, bunt the guy over, get the timely hitting, and then the Texas Rangers show you when you have big boppers and you can come in and hit a 2-run bomb to tie it and a walk-off to win it. Like the 2 different brands of baseball are so awesome to watch. Even though most fans are like Rangers, Diamondbacks, who's watching? I'm watching. I hope most people are watching because that's baseball. What we watched last night, and it was so fun. Went over 4 hours, and it didn't feel like it to me. So personally, I think the Diamondbacks come back and win this series. And the reason why I think that is because the same thing happened to the Phillies, where they relied on a lot of home runs, and then when the home runs went dry, the Diamondbacks just kept stealing bases and kept making it happen. They don't look like they're great on paper, but on the field they just never quit. So I'm going the Diamondbacks in 7.
Okay. Thoughts on the World Series? Thoughts on 2024 season?
Well, I think I always go back to the same thing on playoff series. It comes down to the pitching staff, the defense, and the manager. And I think, Bruce Bochy's got the edge on the manager.
Yeah.
Torrey's a hell of a manager, though. But pitching and defense, if the Diamondbacks don't walk 6 guys out of their bullpen last night, they win that game.
Yeah.
So if they get that under control, the walks have to be like 4 per game or less. Then I agree. I think they win the series. I think, the Rangers are going to have a tough time competing with the small ball and the stolen bases. And I don't think they have a catcher or the pitching that can really stop the running game. So.
Yeah, and you were texting me about that too. And walks there's no defense for a walk.
There's no defense for a walk, but if you're a pitcher, and if you look at those last 3 innings, if you're a hitter and you're constantly in 2-0, 2-1 counts, 3-1 counts, it's easy to hit. The batting average in Major League Baseball for a guy at a 2-0, 2-1, 3-1 is probably 400 or 500. That's their batting average. It's 1 and 2.
Yeah.
He groove one and he's going to kill it. The pitch to Seager was a pretty good pitch.
Yeah.
That's not the problem. It's the walk before batter that was the problem.
Yeah.
Well, and as I was watching the game last night, when Texas tied it up 3-3, Arizona, Tommy Pham, or Tommy, you want to play my fantasy league, Pham, right? When he hit the home run to take the lead, I thought, okay, Texas didn't get their shutdown inning. Arizona is now picking it up. Now just shut it down and just keep playing your game. But obviously you're going to go back and forth on that. And shutdown innings are huge.
Well, and I think too, you've got a lot of inexperienced arms in that bullpen. Some guys that maybe haven't established themselves in the league, waiver wire pickups, whatever, playing over their heads a little bit, coming back to earth maybe. I don't know. To me, I know pitching is definitely not an easy thing to do, and especially in a pressure-packed environment like that, but it comes back to numbers for me. And if I'm 0-0 on you, or I'm lucky enough to get 0-1, I need to attack, because chances are 70%, 80%, you're going to beat it into the ground or hit a fly ball, and it's caught and you're done. So play the odds. Make him hit his way on.
Play the odds, play it smart, play good baseball.
And don't pitch from behind.
Yes. Any thoughts on 2024 season for the White Sox? Don't lose 100?
I just hope it's not more of the same. I just hope that they get their momentum starts going back the right way. Jerry, the owner, is older, and he thinks he can turn this around in 2 years. I think he's nuts.
But the White Sox did something the Angels didn't do, and that was they traded some of their main players at the trade deadline, actually to the Angels. And the Angels gave some of their top prospects. So at least the White Sox making moves towards the future. The Angels are going backwards. My outlook for 2024 is exactly what I said, 0.
Okay.
0.
Okay.
Hopefully we don't lose 100, but I think we will. First time in franchise history, we never lost 100 games, even 1961.
I think we're in a spot here where the Tigers could be a playoff team before the White Sox.
Ooh. Okay.
I can see that.
Okay.
I can see that.
Yeah. Tigers are young.
Tigers are coming up.
Okay. Who wins the World Series? And tell me about the 2020. This side of the house is not excited about 2024.
We are not.
This side has a shot, right?
Yeah.
This shot has a side.
Yeah.
So we're just going to call one side, the other
Glass
side.
half full, glass half empty. Right?
Glass is shattered all over
Glass
the
is
floor.
shattered.
Half
No
dome.
water.
Half
Shattered all
dome.
over
No
the
water in the glass.
Yeah.
I have a chalice.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to 2024. First off, Diamondbacks all the way for the World Series.
Okay.
I'm from there. That's my secondary team, believe it or not. And there's just too much writing on the wall that we're going to pull this off. I'm very
Okay.
superstitious, part of baseball.
That's right.
And there's just a lot of commonalities with 2021 or 2001 and what's going on today. So I'm real excited about that. 2024, I am very excited about the Cubs and where they're going to go.
Listen to this, boys. Okay, keep going.
Okay.
My true
I love
hopes
hearing
is-
that because at least somebody's excited. That's awesome.
I am. Our farm system is, I think we're second
Yep.
on everybody that's coming up, so that's exciting just in itself. Some of the guys that were brought up this past year, I mean, look where we were. We were not supposed to have the year that we had, and we were one game away.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold on to that one for a little
Yeah,
while.
yeah.
But to know that, I was at first a little hesitant about bringing Ross back, and I still kind of am. However, he managed these young kids to where they were to the end of the season, and that cannot be overlooked. And I had to take a step back, a couple weeks of healing, to really take notice of that and take note of that. And I would like to see him back for next year.
Well, and see, you and I were talking about this offline, and I felt like, and I had been there as a Dodger fan in the '90s. It's like, oh, we're close. Okay, we're in. Oh wait, we're out. No wait, we're in.
Yeah.
We're in. Oh, we're out. Oh, now time is gone and we're out.
Yep.
And so it's just like, make me out or in immediately, so I don't have to go through the roller coaster ride. So
Yeah, we've been rebuilding since, 2018, so to speak. That's when we really started to lose a lot from the 2016 team. But 2021, I mean, that ripped our hearts out without a doubt. We've been rebuilding since, and it's kind of nice to see it happen quicker than what I had imagined. I figured 5 years, a good turnaround, 2026 for us, so we're ahead of track.
yeah, there you
About
go.
2 years ahead, so I'm excited.
So
I
you
really
become
am.
a Cubs fan now, or
I'll go to any other team, even the A's.
Yeah,
I'll go
it is.
Oakland A's.
He's sitting next to you and he's saying maybe the Cubs.
Biting my lip.
The A's have a brighter outlook than the Angels.
It's true.
That's no joke.
They're going to get sold.
Whatever they're doing, they actually
It's
have a
better
brighter.
than the
It's better
Angels.
than the Angels.
There you go. There you go. All right, you get to conclude us. So, who wins the World Series? Okay, and then your outlook for the 2024 season for, obviously, I think the Padres. I think you're a Padre fan, right?
Padres.
Number
there
one.
It is.
Oh,
Sort of.
Number.
I think the Diamondbacks are just the snake in the grass that nobody saw, and they just came up, and
Snake's
I
alive.
really have a feeling they're just gonna come and put the bite down. It's the same. They're just really good at the new rules. They've applied. That team has applied themselves really great to the new rules, and they're on it. And like you said, if the home runs stop for Texas, they're in trouble because the Diamondbacks can play every.
We're
every
gonna look
part.
real foolish when the Texas sweeps and everyone's watching this later. Like, what are these guys talking about?
And we thought we were gonna win 2023, the Padre fans.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
Like, we
that's
got
true.
a shot, 2024.
So we just look delusional.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah,
we do.
that's right. Yeah, hopeful, delusional. Yeah.
2024 outlook.
I think 2024 is going to be great because I can't imagine a team feeling humiliated as these guys must feel this season, and to come back. And, they talk about chemistry. I'm talking about humility can be a big chemistry for a team, and that's why I'm trying to get most of the guys to come back. If we don't bring Soto back, if we could get some guys that can play small ball, I'll be fine with that too. I mean, I love Soto, 6'9", but Petco Park's not really a home run park. We need to get some more small ball up in there.
You wouldn't mind losing Juan Soto, huh?
I do. I would. I love Juan Soto. I do. I really want him to stay. But if we can get, I would understand if we could get some small ball in there too. But I really would like to keep all of these guys,
Yeah.
bring them back humiliated, embarrassed, and
Yeah.
let's go.
Let's go. Yeah.
Fuel.
Yeah.
Hey, Juan Soto might be playing for the Cubs, so that would be amazing.
That,
If he
listen,
plays like he did last year, I don't want him.
Whoa.
What about the end of the year?
she's
I'll
she's
take-
calling it. She's honest.
Hey, Juan Soto, we'll take you.
Yeah, there you go.
Stay.
I will say, since this won't air until after the World Series, because people have been asking me, and I have to kind of stay Switzerland with this, I think it's going to be Texas in 6,
Yeah.
but with a caveat, if the Diamondbacks start moving on the bases, like we've all been talking about, it's going to be Diamondbacks in 7.
Wow.
And so all the pressure comes on. Remember, Texas is 1-3 at home in the playoffs this season. They are 9-0 on the road. And so winning last night for them was huge. But I think the Diamondbacks get tonight's game. And so we'll see. And we're talking about game 2, everybody. When you're listening, it's going, tonight's game, what am I missing? Yeah. We're sorry, you're having Thanksgiving dinner and then you're watching this. And what game did I miss? But
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody that's been on here. We got Padre Libre, we got Victoria, we got Dave, we got John. And we're so grateful that you guys have joined us today and talked a little bit and give us a little bit of humor. For you Top Fan Rivalry followers, as you're listening to this, make sure a couple things happen. One, Make sure that you follow all these people on social media. They do great content. They let you know where they're at when they're going to games, things like that. It's a lot of fun. But number two, hopefully we'll see all of you in Vegas. And so for the first ever Top Fan Rivalry Fan Fest, January 19th through the 21st. So appreciate the time and I hope you enjoyed the episode.